Edgecraft, The Science of Strategic Discomfort for Extraordinary Performance, Chapter 1. Embracing the Edge, Rahul's story begins. Rahul was a mid-level manager in a tech firm. He was smart, responsible, and consistent, but he was stuck. Every day felt the same. Rahul couldn't sleep. He realized he hadn't tried anything new in years. The next morning, instead of taking the elevator, he ran up the stairs to the 9th floor. It was hard. He was breathless. But he smiled. It was the first step toward change. Life lesson. Discomfort is not danger. It's a doorway. Like Rahul, start with one small act of discomfort. Take a cold shower, speak in a meeting, or wake up early. It's not about being fearless, but being brave for 10 seconds. Chapter 2. The Myth of Balance, Rahul's Realization. Rahul always believed in a work-life balance. He thought success meant keeping everything smooth, no extremes. But the book explained how greatness isn't born in balance. It's born in bursts of focused intensity. Rahul remembered how in college he'd spend hours coding without sleep. That's when he created his best projects. Now, he never felt that spark. Inspired, he chose one weekend to go all in. He shut off his phone, isolated himself, and built a tool he'd been thinking about for months. By Sunday night, he had a working prototype. Life lesson. Balance is useful for survival, but edge crafting needs sprints. Push deeply into discomfort for short periods, then rest. Like training muscles, you lift hard, then recover. Chapter 3. Identity is the starting line. Who was Rahul? Really? The book asked, who do you believe you are? Rahul had always said, I'm not a risk taker. That belief shaped all his actions. But what if he changed the story? He started saying, speak your future self into action. Chapter 4. The Rule of 3% Discomfort, Rahul's Challenge. The book shared a rule. Push yourself 3% beyond your limit. Not 30%, just 3%. Enough to stretch, not snap. Rahul applied this in fitness. Instead of trying to run 10km, he added 300 extra steps to his usual run. Then 3 more push-ups, then a 3-minute cold shower. In his work, he asked 1 more question in meetings, sent 1 more pitch, took 1 more risk. Within weeks, things started to change. His confidence grew because he wasn't overwhelmed. He was expanding gradually. Life lesson. Growth doesn't need to be dramatic. It needs to be daily. Think of 3% as your edge. Go there, stay there, and return tomorrow. Chapter 5. Your environment shapes your edge. Rahul reorganizes. Rahul's room was full of distractions, snacks, games, comfort. The book said environment is stronger than willpower. He changed his setup. He placed his running shoes near the door, deleted social media apps. Set up a writing desk with a whiteboard that read, earn your growth. Soon discomfort became default. Life lesson. Make your space support discomfort. Want to read more? Keep books on your table. Want to move more? Place a yoga mat in your room. Let your environment challenge you quietly. Chapter 6. Stress is a signal, not a stop sign. Rahul's stress map. Earlier, stress made Rahul avoid things like difficult emails or feedback sessions. But the book explained how stress is not the enemy. It's a compass. He began noting when stress showed up. It happened before big meetings, hard conversations, and creative tasks. Instead of escaping, he leaned in. He wrote the email. He gave the feedback. He created the slide. Life lesson. Stress is your brain preparing for performance. Use it as fuel. On Rahul's low day, one day Rahul got rejected for a promotion. His confidence dipped. Earlier, he'd distract himself or complain. But the book said, sit with the storm. He went home, wrote down his feelings, sat in silence, and just breathed. No escape. He realized pain doesn't last forever. It rises, stays, then fades. And on the other side, you're stronger. Life lesson. Endurance comes from exposing a different route to work. Gave impromptu talks. These small experiments made him comfortable with the unknown. He became quicker, calmer, more creative. Life lesson. Don't fear chaos. Dance with it. Life won't always go to plan. The better you handle surprise, the stronger your edge. Chapter 10. The Feedback Edge, Rahul's Mirror. Earlier, Rahul avoided feedback. It made him feel judged. But the book called feedback a performance mirror. He began asking for direct feedback after meetings. One thing I can improve, church sometimes, but over months he fixed blind spots. His work improved. His relationships deepened. Life lesson. Ask often, receive openly. Feedback isn't criticism, it's data. Treat it like a gym mirror. It shows you what to flex. Chapter 11. The Power of Reflection, Rahul's Turning Point. After 3 months of practicing intentional discomfort, Rahul was growing, but something still felt scattered. The lessons were there, but they weren't integrated. One evening, while walking back from his run, he stumbled across a quote in the book that struck him. Experience is not the best teacher. Reflected experience is. Rahul realized he had been acting, moving, doing, but never stopping to ask why or how well. So he began a nightly ritual, journaling. Every night before bed, he'd sit for 15 minutes documenting his discomforts, his reactions, and the lessons they revealed. What he found shocked him. He noticed repeated patterns. Certain triggers always caused fear. Some days he'd sabotage progress by overthinking, and sometimes his discomfort froze. His ideas were sound, but he couldn't breathe, couldn't speak. Afterward, ashamed, he hid in the restroom, devastated. That night, the book's next chapter read, "Your strength lies in your willingness to be seen fully, not your perfection." For years, Rahul had built walls. He never admitted weaknesses, never showed fear, never cried in public. But this chapter urged him to try. Tentatively, he reached out to a close friend and shared what happened. The friend listened and said, "That makes me respect you even more." Something inside Rahul shifted. Vulnerability wasn't weakness. It was raw honesty. It was strength. Key lesson: be real. Be open. Vulnerability creates connection. It frees you from the pressure of perfection and builds stronger relationships. Chapter 13. The discipline of consistency, Rahul's grind. Inspired by progress, Rahul became ambitious. Almost too ambitious. He signed up for new courses, started waking at 4 a.m., and overloaded his to-do list. After a week, he crashed. Burnout hit. He reread the book. It is not how hard you push. It is how long you can stay in motion. Rahul learned that consistency, not intensity, was the game changer. He scaled back. 30-minute workouts, 10 pages of reading, 15 minutes of meditation. Small daily wins. Within weeks, these tiny efforts became automatic habits. Key lesson: slow is smooth is fast. Go for long-term consistency, not short-term intensity. Master the art of showing up. Chapter 14. Seeking constructive criticism, Rahul's mirror. At work, Rahul submitted a project he was proud of. His boss sent back a single line. "Let's talk." Anxiety kicked in, they met. His boss praised the creativity, but pointed out flaws in the execution. Instead of shutting down, Rahul stayed curious. "Tell me more," he said. Breakthroughs. Others would be silent, still, but every day counted. He adopted a mantra. Slow work is still work. Patience became his greatest power. Key lesson: growth takes time. The bamboo spends years growing roots before it ever shoots upward. Be patient. Your roots are forming. Chapter 16. Developing emotional intelligence, Rahul's upgrade. After a heated argument with a colleague, emotions asked better questions. In a few weeks, his communication improved, his conflicts reduced, and his confidence rose. He became not just more aware, but more powerful. Key lesson: master your emotions, don't suppress them. Self-awareness is the foundation of leadership, empathy, and peace. Chapter 17. Embracing failure, Rahul's fall. A startup pitch Rahul invested in failed. His confidence took a massive hit. He spiraled into self-doubt. The book challenged him. Is failure a verdict or a teacher? Rahul sat with his pain, then dissected the failure. What went wrong? What was in his control? What could he learn? This mindset shift rewired his approach. Now he saw every setback as feedback. Key lesson: failure is data. It teaches what success can't. Embrace it. Learn. Try again. Chapter 18. Building resilience, Rahul's shield. Stress mounted, at work, at home, in his health. Rahul felt stretched thin. The book reminded him, resilience isn't just bouncing back, it's bouncing forward. He built a resilience toolkit. Daily movement, emotional check-ins, gratitude, a support circle. Slowly, he felt stronger, calmer, tougher. Challenges didn't stop, but Rahul stopped crumbling. He responded with grace, not panic. Key lesson: resilience is a skill. Build it before you need it. Practice under pressure to prepare for storms. Chapter 19. Enhancing focus, Rahul's distractions. His phone buzzed. His tabs overflowed. His mind wandered. Rahul's days were full, but his progress slowed. The book prescribed deep work working. He felt restless, incomplete. the book offered a simple challenge. List 3 things you're grateful for every day. At first, it felt silly, but soon he noticed the shifts. His mood improved. His stress reduced. He smiled more. Gratitude anchored him in abundance, not lack. Key lesson: gratitude trains your brain to see the good. It calms the nervous system and boosts performance. Practice it daily. Chapter 21. Strengthening Relationships, Rahul's Reconnection. In his solo pursuit of growth, Rahul had drifted from loved ones. The book reminded him, no success is worth loneliness. He called his parents, reconnected with friends, apologized for distance, laughed again. He realized true strength lies in connection. Relationships are not distractions from growth, they're fuel for it. Key lesson: build your tribe. Success is sweeter when shared. Make time for the people who matter. Chapter 22. Embracing change, Rahul's shift. His company merged. Everything changed. New teams, new boss, new culture. Rahul resisted. And the book whispered, change is not the enemy, your fear is. He stopped fighting. He adapted, asked questions, got curious. Soon he was leading the transition. Instead of fearing change, he became its guide. Key lesson: change is life. Don't resist it. Dance